last year at this time, my next guest announced her 5 for 25 stock picks, which, by the way, came out pretty good, right? Only one down stock on average, 28% coming into this month. I want to bring in Laffer, Tengler CEO and CIO Nancy Tengler. Nancy, first of all, congratulations, excellent track record. I'm assuming that you're holding all of them, so I'll only ask you about ServiceNow, in part because I'm in it too, and I'm down as well.
Hi, Charles. Thanks for having me. Yes, it got caught up in the whole software is dead narrative, I believe. And they are describing themselves as building the control tower for generative AI. We called them the conductor on the train conductor, whatever. They are in a sweet spot where they're leveraged to AI usage. So we expect revenue to, and it has slowed somewhat, but it's still 20% a year. The latest transaction is very emblematic of what Bill McDermott did at SAP. We think it was a good transaction. Right. It's end-to-end security across the stack. So we think this is an opportunity to buy the name when it's beaten up and hang on for the next couple of years.
By the way, as long as he's a CEO, I'm in the stock. So just let people know. I invest in people, so he's amazing. Hey, now let's talk about 6 for 26. David Nelson and I was joking about what you're going to call next year's 27s list, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. All right, AMD. Tesla has come golly, the move in Tesla has been absolutely phenomenal. But let me start at the other end of the list, because home builders were coming on a little bit, friendlier Fed, lower rates, lower mortgages, and then they had some bad earnings reports, and many of them got hammered. Why is this one going to come back?
So D.R. Horton is the lowest kind of somewhat quality housing provider in the nation, and they're in the right geography. So Southwest, Southeast, the West. They're not much in the Northeast. About 80% of the business or their home building is in those areas I described. $378,000 average cost. I think the administration understands if they don't do something from a regulatory and perhaps a fiscal incentive standpoint to really accelerate housing, they're going to have a problem at the midterm. So we're hoping to see that. Plus, we like this, that they raise the dividend, they buy back stock. It's a good name to hold.
Yeah, no, I think President Trump's got something big up his sleeve there. I think it was last year you started saying, hey, it's time to start looking for the next move in AI beyond picks and shovels. And, I love what you talked about there. Of course, we know that's always been the path, right? With technology, you start to implement it, for opportunistic growth from a company perspective. In fact, more recently, companies that have mentioned AI, their shares have done extraordinarily well. Those are the blue bars, folks. If you mention AI, you're implementing it, you're doing well. In fact, the number one, probably the poster child for it, Caterpillar. I'm not big on the Dow Jones Industrial Average, but this is your number one performer there. It's an AI trade. So let's talk about a couple that you think fit this parameter, including RTX, a defense contractor.
Yeah, so we were in RTX. I think I first talked about it on your show. It was a couple of years ago for the defense component and the dividend growth. But they have demonstrated that they are using AI to really accelerate and unlog jam the supply chain. And they've done so pretty effectively. Margins have expanded, and the company's delivering on an earnings growth basis as well. So even though there's the defense tailwind or the geopolitical shock tailwind, the company is utilizing, and it's an extraordinarily well-managed company, but they're utilizing AI very effectively.
And Walmart, this is an interesting name to be associated with AI.
Yeah, so our theme has been picks and shovels, and also the old economy companies that have pivoted to AI, and that's been for 3 years. Walmart has embraced all of those technologies. 35% of digital orders are being delivered in 3 hours. 50% of fulfillment is automatic and robotic. They use Symbotic in their back office. Who was the first adapter of Symbotic software? Target. They just forgot to adapt it. Or adopt it, sorry. So Walmart is used every aspect of their business, advertising, e-commerce, which was up 27% last quarter, and they've been growing the dividend 10, 12% the last couple of years. So they are, in our view, the best utilizer of AI across all of their business lines. Right. We've owned it for a long time. We still love the name.
It looks absolutely phenomenal. Listen, I got about 30 seconds left. Just your number one top concern. What worries you a little bit about 2026?
Yeah, I'm with David. I think it's geopolitical shock, and I think it's in particular China and Taiwan. I've been wrong about that, and so we got out of Taiwan Semi a little too early. But I do think it's a risk that we have to be aware of. Taiwan Semi's building plants here in Arizona. That's the good news. But it would still be a real shock to the system if we saw some acceleration in the threats.
Absolutely. Nancy, you're phenomenal. Appreciate you. Have a great New Year.